our next lesson. It's 9 o'clock, a little after 9. It's going to be very hot later. No clouds in the sky, no breeze. So we are just for our lesson today for less than an hour, because it'll be too hot within an hour. I'm going to try to follow Tavis and the Alpaca boys while they go to my far big pasture fence gate that's in the middle of the fence. They're going to go through the gate, turn left, and go down the Rancho's trails to where many months ago Beta got away from Alpha because he was scared for some equipment that was being used in one of the yards or on the properties that border the Rancho's trails, and Beta came running back here because he wanted to be home. So we're going to do it. I thought maybe I'd have a third person today on the team, but he didn't show up early. He said he'd be here early. And this is early. We can't wait much longer because it'll be too hot. So we're just letting you know what it's like to train Alpha and Beta for specific objectives that will lead to events for the community. And we're doing our best to teach the alpacas what we expect them to do. And when we feel ready and have people who want to donate for a walk with alpacas coming here, we'll let you know. Now the bareback pads are being put on, the halters are being put on. You're seeing how good they are being. And if you look back at some of my past Urban Alpaca Girl shows months ago, you'll realize how much progress we've made in just tacking them up. Now I am going to try to walk along the outside of my pasture fence, and I'll be walking down the driveway where it's concrete. I'll have Thor. He just loves to come out here, and of course he gets distracted with what dogs like to do. So I'm training him while I'm training the alpacas, because he's supposed to focus on what I've asked him to do. I'll start walking down. Okay, so I'm gonna, I hope the goats don't follow me. I hope they follow Tavis. But I don't want them out on the Rancho's trails if I can help it. They can get out there easily. They can go through any of my fences, but they choose not to. This is going to be a little bit of a boring part of my filming today, because I can't walk fast on this kind of a ground. And if this is the first time you're watching my Urban Alpaca Girl, the reason is I'm 82 years old, and there's definitely difficult for me to navigate quickly. Now, if the goats insist on following me, which they are right now, I am going to just film what I can from where I am and just tell you what I see, because it's too difficult to deal with the goats if they feel like walking on the Rancho's trails is the same as being home. Oh, and it's very hot. Very hot. The sun is on my back. When I get to the concrete, I'll be able to walk a little bit more quickly, but I don't do, if I can help it, anything quickly anymore. Which is one of the reasons I moved to Nevada County from Santa Cruz County. Everyone in Santa Cruz, after I was there for over 2 decades, was in a rush. And I don't want to be in a rush. I plan ahead. I know where I want to go. I know how to teach. I am a credentialed secondary math teacher in California. I had excellent professors at UCLA. Okay, see, we're on the concrete driveway. Okay. Heel. I have to train Thor too. He's my new min pin. My min pin that I rescued over 10 years ago. She died a couple weeks ago. There was nothing I could do to save her. See that we're walking down the driveway. And Thor is just interested in doing what dogs do. But he has his harness on, and I'm tugging. If I want his attention, I'm using consistent words so he'll understand the words. Heel. Uh-oh, the goats are here. Now, last time, you can find my show on YouTube, those horses at the neighbor's property got spooked when they saw my alpacas coming down the rancho's trails. It wasn't that the alpacas got spooked by the horses. It was the horses got spooked by the alpacas. And they started running in their pasture. I'm going to go in the shade here. I'm going to turn around. And here are the goats trying to follow me. And I'm not going to go out the gate if they're trying to follow me out the gate. I don't want them to think that the rancho's trails is part of my property, although I have access to them. I don't want the goats out there facing whatever will be challenging them. On the rancho's trails. Now I have 5 gateways out from my big pasture. There are the 3 horses. We'll at least be able to video if they spook again today when they see my alpacas. And in fact, sorry, I have to bend down because I lost Thor's leash for a moment. It's mowed here and very green here because the irrigation is working very well. But that's a incline down. No, I don't dare go through this gate without a helper around. Now this horse is coming here to see what I'm doing here. Very relaxed. His 2 pasture mates are back there, very relaxed, but looking around. Ah, there's some other people coming. Oh no, it's Tavis and the alpacas. There they are, they went through the gate. So he's coming this way, which might be an okay interim objective. See what happens now when the horses see them. One of these days when we have a 3rd person here on the team, we'll go left and go down towards where you see those rooftops. There was some kind of an automatic garden equipment being used months ago, and Beta got scared. He pulled his lead out of Tavis's hand and came running back here. Okay, here are the horses. They now see the alpacas. They're running around. Yes, they're doing what they did last time, but now at least I get to show you the interaction. The items you have to pay attention to for safety. They have a fence. It's a metal fence. I don't think they're going to come out in any way, but now they're trying to check out the alpacas. They're coming to the fence, and I don't blame them. Horses and alpacas, they are, quote, prey animals. They aren't aggressive. They're always worried about being prey for some kind of aggressive other animal or human being. I hope you can see this. I do have the red dot on my screen. I am videoing. Okay, now they're just trying to check it out. It looks like Tavis might just come back in again in my gate over there. And I'm at a gate over here on the driveway that lets us into my big pasture. And if we need to take large equipment in to deal with my pasture, this is a double gate. And there's my gate onto my driveway. Okay, now I'm going to rest the camera on the fence so it's not shaky, because my hands do shake if I don't have a place to rest them. For the first time in many, many, many months, I saw 3 horses riding down this part of the Rancho's trails. It was a group of 3 people enjoying the trails on their horses. I used to see it quite often, years past, but not recently. Our economy has changed the structure of our social life and our pleasurable activities. Maybe that's a good sign, a symbol of an improved economy, although the Iran war does not seem to be on a path to ending very soon. Good. So, okay, so Tavis came back in. That was good. That was an adjusted objective. That's okay. Tavis is going to come here, so I'm going to get out of the way because he's going to be able to open these gates. Sorry, I have to bend down to get Thor's leash. I just didn't want to disappoint him and not take him out for this filming. He just loves coming out here. Okay, we're back on the concrete. The goats are back here grazing. Here come the alpacas. Good idea, Tavis, to come this way. I got the activity of the horses when they saw the alpacas. And this can be a short lesson. I'm okay on it. Let's just go back up the driveway, because the goats were following me out, and I wasn't going to go through the gate to make the goats think it's okay for them to go out on the rancho's trails, because that part of the horse trail ends out on Table Meadow Road, and there are motor vehicles on Table Meadow Road. Okay, I'm going to go here to the shade. The goats are just completely happy grazing on some mixture of green and yellow grasses. Yellow grasses are grazable and are important for animals, but they prefer, in my observation, the green grasses when they have them. As far as I know, I'm the only ranch owner in the ranchos who has irrigated pastures. Okay, we're going back up the driveway, which is concrete and in good condition. Heel. Here come the goats. They said, oh, there she comes, let's go with her. Okay, challenge them as best you can within our property border fences. And that's okay, they can be eating. It's not against the rules. So this is the end of July. During August, there are several events at the Nevada County Fairgrounds. We're thinking of trying to have a booth at those events where we have electronic access to my Urban Alpaca Girl shows. We're trying to make our own website using Wix, W-I-X. And then we will have application forms for people who would like to come here and do it. Walk on the trails with the alpacas, which may or may not yet occur this year. I'm going back into the shade because it's very, very hot. And it's only about 9:30, 9:45 in the sun. That area there on my property is not fenced, is not irrigated with my risers, and I am starting to study drip irrigation for using that area of my property, which does have a border fence, finish line fencing, for farming. I want to grow my own carrots and my own teff hay, which is a low sugar hay. Now Tavis is going in another gate from my big pasture to my driveway. The alpacas are being just fine, and quite frankly, about the last 4 days, when I look for them about this time of the day, I find them over there grazing near the tacking area. It's like they know they're gonna have to go there, so they just graze there, and they love this water tub. We make sure that it's always filled and weekly cleaned. Yeah, there they go. All right, it's Tavis's choice where to go next or whether to take them back for untacking. The goats are having a good time with each other here in the shade on the driveway. Thor is being patient. He'd love to run around here and smell and urinate, but I'm not going to do that at this time. He has 2 yards. This is my front yard, and he has one in the back that are irrigated, green, mowed, weed whacked periodically as needed, and he has access to them day and night, because at night I turn on lights and I have cameras that let me see what's happening out in my yards. And of course, they're fenced. Okay, now we're going to start walking back. There they are, the 2 boys. I hope you can see them. But they're walking fine. They're following Tavis. They recognize him as an important person. When he comes toward them, they follow him wherever he goes. Now here's something I'm constantly working on. Holes that are being made by critters out here whose lifestyle it is to make holes. And I'm bending down, and I'm sorry I have to just bring the camera down. I'm filling the holes with the loose dirt around them because I don't want the goat, the dog, to step in it and be hurt by stepping into a hole that they don't even realize is there. They don't look down to look for safe next step. They just take their next step. Here's another hole. And there isn't a lot of loose dirt. There's another one. So what I do is, as soon as this filming is done, I go and get sticks, like over there by that tree stump. Sticks, and I stick them in the holes so it can be seen from a distance by an animal that there is a hole. And I think they will avoid stepping into the hole that way, because it's almost impossible to make sure all these holes are filled every day, and they do get formed every day. I try very hard to seek happiness for animals. And I try very hard to seek justice for anyone in our country. I do a lot of things pro per, not that I ever wanted to be an attorney, but I have not had good luck finding attorneys that can help me within my budget do what I want to do for justice, especially for justice to animals. Okay, now that it's wet here, there was irrigation on, and here's a place where it's wet, so I have to be careful where I step, that it's not slippery, muddy. And what I'm doing is I'm aiming for getting to my finish line fence cable. I have my right hand on it now. Gives me something to hold on to in case I do trip, slip, or fall. The alpaca boys are already untacked. Tavis is walking around and opening the gates that we normally leave open this time of the day. And so the alpaca boys get to continue doing what they enjoy doing. The goat boys, Brownie and Blackie, they like to hang around where we hang around, and they're back from the walk. And here comes Tavis, and he will take over on Thor, who is having a very good time out here smelling what he feels like smelling. And he's under the finish line fencing. The goats, they just push right through it. But since it's got spring to it, it comes back into shape. Okay, I'll have you take Thor. He's a little bit pushy. We constantly work on the command heel, and there was absolutely no problems out there, right?
No.
And when the horses came running, they didn't get scared.
No.
No, they didn't. Okay, that's all for today. The end of July, the next session will be probably the 1st of August, but I'll keep you posted. Today is the 29th, correct?
28th or 29th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I can't meet on Friday. I'll explain to you as soon as I turn off the camera. So we'll get another session planned for the very 1st of August. Goodbye for now. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Alpaca Girl.